Hey, my queens. We are back today with a new episode. So, we're talking about cancel culture. I'm Monique Lovelace. Ladies, let them know who you are.
Hi, guys. It's Kiki Boom Boom.
Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Candy Marie.
Hey guys, it's TK Trinidad.
And today we're talking about all the cancel culture. It's been going down lately. We done canceled Doja Cat. We done canceled Shamik Moore. We done canceled so many people so far. So let me ask y'all, do you believe that cancel culture is true and that it really exists?
I think it exists on Twitter, but I don't think it exists in like real life. Because I feel like on Twitter and on social media, it's easy to like cancel someone because you're posting about it. But then once you come off of social media, there's millions of people that have no idea what's going on, or there's people who don't care. Me personally, like I don't think cancel culture is true, but I do think people have the right to call people the fuck out. Like,
right.
That's my thing on it. Like, and I don't believe in canceling people, but you need to be called out. And I'm gonna call you out, and I'm gonna keep calling you out for your stupidity and what you said. And the reason why I don't believe in cancel culture is because like either I can call people on their bullshit, and if I decide not to mess with you, listen to your music, watch your movies, that's just me. That's not me canceling you. That's just me saying like I don't fuck with you. I don't believe in what you're saying, and I don't agree with it. Many people will, and that's fine. But I'm gonna call you out.
The problem with cancel culture is that it's the same thing with social media. Like social media has given everybody a platform now for them to say stuff. And what's happening with some of these cases is that, you know, somebody says something in an interview, and that there's that snippet of the interview that gets taken out. Some person writes about it or blogs it, and then everybody's jumping on to cancel this person, even though that might not be their intention. So one thing with cancel culture is that, you know, we're quick to jump to conclusions versus actually research it. It's like you're putting all your efforts and all your emotions into something that you haven't even fully researched. Like you might dislike this person because they allegedly did this, and it turns out that that wasn't the case. Like you could take, you know, we're going to talk about it later, but you can take the whole incident that's happened with, you know, our men that are getting killed. And it's allegedly that they, you know, signed a check, or allegedly they were, you know, selling Lucy's, allegedly they were doing all this stuff. And the media and everybody else is taking this to, you know, way, way bigger proportions. And, you know, I think social media definitely is one of the reasons for that. And I think people should take a step back before you cancel somebody to actually, you know, research.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
100% TK. I was going to say, like, I don't think this is cancel culture. I think this is bandwagon culture. I think we got a lot of bandwagoners, people that just want to jump from train to train because they don't know where they really stand. I think that Kanye West is a great example of that. How many people say they canceled Kanye West? And here he is today. How many people say they canceled Trump? Exactly. We can name so many people that have been canceled, but then it's just a part of the wave. Like, it's a part of the bandwagon. Like, people don't really know where they stand, so they cancel people momentarily.
Right. I totally agree with that. I feel like it is bandwagoning, but I do believe that cancel culture is real, because there are a few people who have, like, I feel like the Twitter movement or the social media movement, when there is a true cancel culture, that have really pushed towards canceling somebody, and it's ruined their whole entire like life or career, period. So I believe that it is true. But I do agree with you, TK. I think that sometimes we need to really research before we go in and cancel somebody or be on the bandwagon with it. But I definitely believe it's real. I believe it is. And actually, at this point in time, sometimes I feel like it's needed. Like the Central Park 5. Like that lady, she needed to be canceled. And the fact that she still is like, I still go by what I said, I still go by what I believe, that's great. But you deserve to be canceled. And I'm just putting it out there. You deserve to have all of what you had taken away, and anything else that you are trying to push, books and all types of things that you're making money off of because you are a a person out there that's known. Like, no, yes, you need to be canceled. So I think cancel culture is real. I just think that it does need to be stepped up. Like, we need to do research because people will just jump on the bandwagon. You'd be like, why did you post that? That was like, you know, so long ago. Or, for instance, Doja Cat is now supposedly canceled. But if you look at what they put out there on her, it's like there's a difference between being canceled and needing mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, I don't feel like people who need mental health should be canceled.
Well, with Doja Cat, she doesn't need mental health because Doja Cat came out with an apology and she admitted to all the things that she did was wrong. I just think Doja Cat's really lucky right now because with everything going on, so there's a break for her. But yeah, I don't believe in jumping on the bandwagon for cancel culture, but I do believe in calling people out on their bullshit. Like, I was like, shout out to the people who called Doja Cat out for the bullshit that she was on. And I've been a fan of Doja Cat before she became mainstream. But I already knew that she was on some bullshit, like a lot of other artists that I liked. But I like that people called her out on her shit. And she came out and she did put that dusty apology on her Instagram. And then she came out and was like, actually, guys, my PR team made me put that up, but here's my real apology. Call people out on their shit. Like, it's not a mental problem. She said what she did was wrong, and she apologized for it, and she felt bad for it. So I accept her apology, but she needed to be called out on her bullshit. Because especially the things that she was talking about.
Agree with that, but honestly, she does need some mental health. That's mental health. If you're in a supremacist, if you're in a white, like, you're
she wasn't in a white so she goes in tiny chats. She wasn't in a white supremacy chat. She was just in a chat, like, say you and I, and we all go in chats, and there just happen to be some racist ass people that just happened to be in the chat. But she didn't log into a white supremacy chat. She just went to a regular old chat and was doing stupid shit. And she's a troll. So she's known to do stupid shit to make people laugh. So she wasn't like, oh, get me off because you're saying the N-word. But there were black people in there as well. So it wasn't like a white supremacy chat, but she was doing stupid shit in the chat.
Right. Yeah, she was doing stuff that I feel like you need help for, whether you're a troll or not. If you're a troll, most of the time you're miserable anyway.
She was trying to be funny and it didn't work. And there's some people who are just stupid and it just didn't work for her. And she got called out on her shit.
That's where the apology. What's the book that you're reading, Monique? That you told me to read?
The book that I'm reading right now is Individual to Empire.
Is that the one that you sent me?
From Laura Bull.
Okay, so that in that book it talks about like Kanye and how he did the whole thing with Taylor Swift. And the thing with Kanye, and Kanye's done a whole bunch of things. And the thing with Kanye and his PR team is they know Kanye is crazy, and they do it accordingly. And I think with cancel culture, what happens is it's forcing some people who are not authentically themselves in the media to give these dusty apologies when they really don't mean it. Like, if you don't want to apologize, like you did some crazy stuff and you stand behind it, then why are you apologizing? I think that's more of my frustration with cancel culture. Like, if we as a group decide to cancel this individual and this individual's like, all right, cool, and move on and go about their lives, we're going to forget about it anyway. Some of us will. And some of us will continue, a la Chris Brown, a la R. Kelly, a la Michael Jackson. Like, you know, there's always going to be that split. But when you have these silly apologies, when you know that person, this is the PR team telling them to apologize versus them genuinely from their heart, like, I made a mistake, I'm human, that's where it annoys me even more. Like, just own up to your ish. Like, yeah, I did that and I'm going to move on.
Well, maybe you're right, Kiki. I feel like maybe it's just to call people out on their bullshit. But at the same time, there are certain people that need to be canceled. Like Kanye, I'm sorry. He needs to be canceled and no back and forth.
Well, why does he need to be canceled? Because he has a difference in political opinion?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not in that state. But the way he does things to the people that he wants to sell stuff to. And it's the same way. It's like if somebody is calling you out, like if like you have some, like with colorism, you have some women who will be like, oh, black women are cockroaches and you're a black woman and you're saying you're a black woman or whatever. And you turn around and try to sell to us. You need to be canceled because you're not, no matter if you apologize or not, because you got put out on your shit, the way that you truly feel, why are you trying to still market to us? Why are you still trying to get our dollars if we don't matter? So that is where I say people need to be canceled. Like you feel some type of way. your political views are what they are. I'm not saying there's been plenty of times where I've had conversations with people who are with, you know, Trump or whatnot. But at the same time, it's just one of those things where you're just like, well, you know, I don't want to put my dollars in that, and you shouldn't either.
Well, okay, so my point of view when it comes to cancel culture, and then I want to kind of talk about Kanye just a little bit. I think that people need to be smart. This is the digital age, period. People blow up from social media. Like, you can be a nobody yesterday and be the biggest thing on the face of the earth tomorrow just because you went viral. So with that being said, people need to be smart. Doja, that situation was really stupid. It was really stupid. It's like, okay, sis, you know who you are. Why are you in these chats doing dumb shit? So that dumb shit, I think everything that came to her, that's what she get for doing dumb shit. Knowing who you are. You just had a song that just went #1 on the Billboard charts. You know who you are. You know who you're partnering with and doing collaborations with. That was dumb shit. When it comes to Kanye, I think that Kanye is a very interesting person because the same thing goes to him. Kanye West, you know who you are. I think that it's okay for people to have a difference in opinion. It's okay for people to have a difference in political opinion. It's okay for Kanye to create a Christian album and still praise the Lord, because his political opinion and his religious views, to me, are two different things. That's why I don't necessarily think that he needs to be canceled. Does he need to get mental health? Yes. Does he need a media coach that he actually listens to? Yes. But I think that when it comes to the cancel culture, I think that a lot of people don't even know why they're canceling people. They're just doing it because, again, it's a trend and it's a bandwagony situation.
Yeah, I agree with what y'all both are saying. I know for me personally, someone who used to be a huge Kanye West fan, I've not been a fan of Kanye West in the past 10 years because I feel like over the past 10 years, he's done and said a lot of hurtful shit. If you take the Trump stuff out of it, to me personally, he's done a lot of hurtful shit, especially to the Black community. Yeah. And I feel like at his big age, at 40 years old, I just don't want to give him the excuse anymore of mental health. Yes, he does need mental health, but he knows and he acknowledges that something's wrong. He continues to pander to the Black community. But if that's what he wants to do, that's fine. If people want to support him, that's fine. And a lot of his fan base are not even Black. So that's why Kanye West will always prosper. But I don't like when people try to do the excuse of like the Kardashians. I'm like, Kanye at his big age is 40 years old. He knows that he needs help and he continues to do his bullshit. He's a troll to me. Like, he knows that it's hurtful with the things he says and he continues to do it. But yeah, I agree. Like, I think, you know, cancel culture is totally jumping on the bandwagon, but I do totally agree with calling people out. Like, I'm happy that people call Shamik more on his dumb ass bullshit, and then for him to keep going and to be cocky about it and to just basically say, "Oh, I don't care." And you're right. You can have your own opinion, your own political views, your own religious views, but don't be shocked when someone else counters that and says, "Yo, what you're talking about is complete bullshit. I don't agree with it." And I think people needed to call out Shamik, Doja, the Kanyes, the Trumps, and people that like are saying and doing hurtful things.
Right. So do y'all believe that? Do y'all have a list of people that y'all are canceling? Do you have a list of people that you have canceled?
For me, like, it's not really canceled. It's just like, I just don't fuck with you. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not like I know for me, for the past like 15 years, I have not fucked with R. Kelly because I remember being a certain age and seeing him with Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember 10 years ago, I stopped fucking with Kanye West. So it's not like canceling. It's just, I don't fuck with you. You know, like, Doja Cat, I'm not canceling her, but I don't fuck with her like that. Like, I don't know.
But isn't that a cancel? You don't consider that as a cancel?
I mean, I don't know.
You're not fucking with them. You cancel them. Like,
I guess it could be. I just don't put the energy. Like, people are like, "Girl, must be canceled. You must be stopped." It's just no. I'm just not gonna fucking stream your music and keep fucking pushing. Like, right. I don't put the energy behind it because these people are still gonna be successful. They're gonna still do what they do. And I do believe also there are people who have made mistakes and said some shit, and people find their shit from 15 years ago, and it's just like, all right, be easy. That's why I don't do the whole cancel culture. I just personally, I'm just not gonna fuck with you. Maybe it is canceling.
Right.
Honest. I canceled Sabrina Claudio when that shit came out about what she said about Black women. I immediately unfollowed her on everything. And the reason why I unfollowed her was because I actually read the tweets. Like, and that's my thing. If I follow somebody, it's going to be based on my own judgment. It's not going to be based on what the world is doing. I literally read the tweets, and because I was such a big fan, it hurt. And it was like, damn, sis, really? That's what we doing? Okay, sorry, but I have to unfollow you. As a Black woman, I feel offended. And
I deleted her music, Candy, right after that. I deleted all her music, so I guess I did cancel her too.
Everything. And honestly, she still has been canceled since that situation happened. I've not listened to her music, and I fucking loved her music.
I know.
So she got canceled.
I know. There's a lot of people whose music that I like that I'm like, damn, delete, delete, delete.
Oh.
Okay, I guess I did cancel these people.
There are a few people I have canceled in my book. I feel like definitely Kanye is one. I really don't fuck with Kanye like that at all. And another person I really don't quit is Future.
Oh.
No,
Toxic King. Toxic King.
and like, yeah, there are a few people I would say no to, and that's definitely Kanye. That's definitely somebody like Future. I'm not big on Cardi either. And so it's just there's a few people that I would say that, like, I would say I cancel. Like, there's certain ones that I've canceled, and there's certain ones that I'm like, well, I don't really fuck with you hard. You might have a bop here and there that I may listen to, but I'm not buying none of your stuff. I'm not putting my dollars into nothing that you have going on, and it just is what it is. So I say, there is a teetering line, and then there is a cancel line for me.
Yeah. Well, one, I'm cheap, so I don't really put my dollar into too many things. But I haven't really canceled anyone, because when I think of, like, the R. Kellys and the Doja Cats and the Kanyes, I don't put stock. To me, there's a difference between the art that they put out and the intellect that they have. And not to say they're not smart, but I'm not taking what they say as far as, their opinion, as far as it's going to change the stuff around me. For instance, when you had Kanye and he said the stuff about slavery at TMZ, everybody was up in arms and all that. And yes, the comment was totally, out of line. But if this had happened like 10 years ago, people would totally dismiss it and say, all right, this is Kanye's doing some crazy ish, and kind of go from there. R. Kelly's a little bit of a different situation. But for me, I haven't really like officially canceled somebody. I'm not definitely downloading anybody's music. But there's an R. Kelly song playing in the restaurant, I'm not gonna walk out because it's R. Kelly. Like, it's.
But you know what? I've seen people do that though. I
respect them. I just am not like I knew from when R. Kelly did the whole thing with Aaliyah. But R. Kelly there's some men who just look creepy, and I would never want to be in the same room with them. And R. Kelly has always given me that vibe. So it's just like, I'd never if I were in a room and R. Kelly was there, I would walk out. Yes, listen, but he has some hits, and if the hit is playing in the restaurant, I'm not gonna walk out. One, I've already ordered my food. So.
I know a lot of people like that. I met R. Kelly when I was 15 years old, and he creeped me the fuck out. So that's all.
Yeah,
you did?
Yes, I. Quick story. I was at a mall with my friends, and he was in town, and this was like before the sex tape came out. I was like 15 years old, and we had met him at the Cambridge Galleria Mall in Boston. Super excited because you're like, oh, it's R. Kelly. Oh my God, can I have an autograph? And I remember I didn't have anything from the sign, so my friend gave me a $1 bill, and he signed it for me. But when he gave it back to me, he touched my hand, and it was just so fucking creepy. He was giving it back, and he graced the palm of my hand, and I was like, ew. And I threw the dollar away in the garbage, and I felt so fucking disgusted. And then I feel like a month after that, that's when all the allegations came out. So that's when I was like, ooh. But I feel what you're saying, TK, because there are a lot of people like that who are like, I'm not listening to him, but he's still in my playlist. I know for me that there's some music, but I know I have to skip it now because I feel uncomfortable listening to his music. Because to me, when you're saying I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, I feel like you're now talking to a 12-year-old. So that's just me, though. I feel uncomfortable. But I do know people still have the music on their playlist, and that's you. I feel you.
So as hosts, or as people in, I would say, climbing the ladder to the limelight, do y'all fear being canceled, and how would y'all go about it if y'all were on the brink of being canceled?
That's a good question.
It is a good question. Thanks, Josh. That was a good question.
I don't fear being canceled because,
of course you don't. No.
I don't fear being canceled because I like authentically me, and I'm often misunderstood, and it's just kind of one of those things where I know what I say, and if you misunderstood it, then that's on you. I don't mind reiterating it to you in a different way, but if you're gonna take what I said and spin it to something that you want, then to me you're just not on the same level, and that's not my problem.
such a Leo. That's
not my problem. I kind of agree, though. I actually agree. I feel like I don't fear being canceled because I'm like Nene. I said what I said, and if you take it the wrong way, then that's on you. That is your feelings and how you feel. And you know, there are times where, yes, I will. I'm the type of person who's very black and white. I'm a Scorpio, so I do very black and white. If you call me out on something and I think about it and I think it's wrong, I'm the type of person to say, you know what, I was wrong. Or I'll be like, you were right, or whatnot. But I'm going to always be me. I'm authentically me. And so I don't fear being canceled because if you know your audience will usually stick it out with you no matter what. So, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I don't fear getting canceled because to me, cancel culture isn't real. But I do hope, like, going forward, when I ever do make it, and if a fan or someone feels like I said something that made them uncomfortable, or if I said some bullshit, I hope that someone can call me out and say, yo, I wasn't feeling what you said, and we can have that conversation. And then they can bring to light, like, I was uncomfortable with what you said, and then I can say, this is what I meant. If I, hurt you in any way, we can have that dialogue. I don't fear getting canceled, but I do hope that I do have the fans that people are like, yo, I don't like what you said. Like, let's have that conversation. And then we're able to have that conversation. And then I'm able to see where they're coming from and they're able to see where I'm coming from. Call me out on my shit. Like I said, I like that people call people out on their shit if you feel like I did something wrong.
Yeah, I just want to say, I feel like I'm not above reproach. And I like, as personalities, I think we should be open to gaining understanding about different perspectives. Same thing. I think it's all in a matter of like being confident in who you are and what you stand for. But at the same time, like, we are, I don't know, we're personalities. We're mentors, leaders to people. And sometimes we're not going to always see things a certain way. And somebody might say something and might be like, okay, I didn't really necessarily see it that way. So their perspective might open me up to gaining understanding.
Yeah. Right. Because we're humans at the end of the day. We all make mistakes and we're always learning.
Right.
So I feel like you can always learn, but to be canceled, like, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Cancel me, okay? Like, that still doesn't stop me from making my bag from the people who have always stuck it out with me or who agree with my, idea, or, they may just be the type of fans that do call you out and be like, it's okay though, we forgive you. Boom. So yeah. How would y'all, and this is just kind of like the last summing it up so we can wrap it up. How would y'all handle it though if you were kind of like called out or canceled?
I would not write an apology on fucking notes and put it on. It's so trash. I hate that. I do, because I mean, like, we live in a time where, social media is big, so I get why people go on live, and I mean, I appreciate the people who make the videos and they're speaking to the people, because to me, it comes up a little bit more genuine than writing on your notes. And I know people get nervous and they don't know what to say and do, and sometimes it takes them a few days to get it together, and sometimes they have to work with a team so their team can at least help them. I know for me, I'm very vocal, I'm blunt, so I would rather like get in the people, not in the people's face in a rude way, but like do a video or talk to the people and say, yo, how can you, or go on live with other people and they can tell me how they feel and what I did that hurt them, and apologize. And so that way, I'm genuine. You can see my eyes, you can see my body, my body language, you can understand where I'm coming from. Me personally, I just can't write on notes and put that on my Instagram and be like, sorry. No, right. But that's me though. And I get why people do it, because I know some people have anxiety and some people are, afraid and they don't know the right things to say sometimes.
Yeah, but when you don't know the right things to say, that means that there's a lesson to be learned there, and that's my thing with it. If that were to happen to me, my quest is always for knowledge and understanding. So if I say something that's left field and out of pocket, and you call me out, then I want to know. Like I remember Rocky was telling me about not using the word female, and I'm like, well, why not? And I thought there was nothing wrong with it, but then she educated me about it. I'm like, all right, cool, like. I'm always about learning new things. I'm always about, like educate me. And if I've been doing something wrong for the last how many years, then it's good to let me know. And then if I choose to still do it, then it is what it is. But I'm always about conversation. I would love to have, like, there's a problem, I'd love to have that conversation with that individual or individuals or the group of individuals about it. And if there's something I missed, definitely educate me on it. But educate me with facts. Don't educate me with feelings, because that's a whole nother. We don't.
Right. That's how I feel. Don't educate me with feelings. No. Okay. So that wraps up our cancel culture episode. Let us know if you believe in cancel culture. Does it exist to you? Have there been people that you have canceled, queens? We know there have been. So let us know. And queens, let them know where they can find you.
You guys can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom.
Hey, queens, you can find me on Instagram at Miss Candy Marie.
And you can find me on everything at TK Trinidad.
And you can find me everywhere at It's Monique Loveless. And queens, we love to hear from you. So go ahead and reach out at Queens Uncut on all social media platforms. And thank you for tuning in this week.
Ciao.
Bye.